So why do you think that some of the World War II veterans don't want to talk about it? You know?
It's kind of hard. But, I mean, I'm over it. I'm pretty much over it now. There for a long time, I couldn't hardly sleep or nothing. The 74th anniversary dinner, they catered into VFW.
Mm-hmm.
And it was last Saturday night, and I went, and I tell you, they really got a good feed on. It's free, but it was the 74th anniversary, and I belonged there since 1953. Yeah, and of course, I mean, I bet there's maybe 100 there, and my son-in-law come out and said, "Stand up." I said, "What for?" He said, "Just calling your name." So I stood up. The commander said, "We got a World War II veteran in here seen combat." Of course, they all snapped their hand, and everybody wanted to talk to me when it was over, you know, asked me a bunch of questions. I didn't care much for that, because I didn't want to be rude.
So, how did you carry one of those, or the?
No, I carried one of these, but it wasn't this heavy. I'll guarantee you that. Near this heavy. Of course, back then, you know, I was young.
Yeah, you were a strapping young man back then.
Yeah.
So that thing right there wasn't nothing for you. So, does that bring back any memories? Just holding that, looking at that.
Oh yeah.
How many years has it been?
Gosh almighty. 70 years. No, would be 70 years. Close to it.
Yeah,
Have to be.
Somewhere between 70 and 75.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you one thing. This thing's clean too. But you better, you know what you do with a rifle when it got dirty in combat?
What's that?
Throw it. Throw it in the ditch. Now that's the truth.
Really?
I mean, yeah. I threw a lot of them. Not a lot of them, but I tell you what, I like the little carbine. It's light, but I didn't get to use one all the time.
So you've witnessed and been a part of some of the most intriguing history of all time. Do you ever stop and think about that? I mean, in your lifespan, the tail end of the Civil War veterans, World War I veterans, World War II, Vietnam or Korea, Vietnam, and 9/11, and your life has spanned a lot of history. What do you think about that?
Well, I appreciate what I've got to see and do already, you know. I mean, some of it wasn't very good, but I'm glad I got through it.
Do you have any regrets about joining the service?
No. Nope. I was going to go back in. I had almost 5 years in, if you see that.
Mm-hmm.
I come out a young man with a good pension. But I'd already went and talked to him, and I met my wife, and I married her. She was a good wife, good church member. She really was. She always treated me good, and I treated her good.
How did you end up from Kentucky to Ohio? I haven't covered that yet.
That's a long story, too. Not a long story. My sister lived here. Her husband, he was a coal miner, and he come up here and went to work for the Galleon Iron Works.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up here You know, I was a Greyhound bus driver for a while. My wife didn't like that job. She was jealous. But anyway, I came up here to this visit. So I went over to then I got a job on the railroad, watering cars when they come in.
Mm-hmm.
That's, cars that people were riding, coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over to Galleon, that truck place, Eldridge Trucking. I asked for a job. Yeah, he said. I said, I never drove a semi. Well, you got the credentials, you drove Greyhound. Yeah, that's not a semi. So he said, I tell you what, you come over here a Sunday at 5 o'clock, I'll send you to New Jersey with another driver, you'll be the student driver. Okay, we only had one car back then. My wife took me over on the Sunday at 5 o'clock. He fired this guy for stealing gas. So he said, get in this rig. So it was loaded with them dump bodies. The Perfection and Hercules made over
Mm-hmm.
Galleon. So I drove it around the block. I know enough to watch my clearance and know you cut opposite the way you're back. So he said, you're all right, I'm going to send you to New Jersey. I went to New Jersey. Like I never found a place. Back then they didn't have all these interstates, And I finally found the place. Got unloaded, stayed all night for 75 cents at a truck stop there. He called up and wanted me to go down to Long Island, New York, and pick up another trailer somebody run off and left. Oh my God, I went through the Holland Tunnel. It's terrible getting down in there. So they loaded me up, bummed it down. I seen a hitchhiker. I stopped and I said, you know the way out of this place? And he said, yeah. I said, I'll buy you anything you want to eat. I said, where are you going? He said, Knoxville, Tennessee. I said, well, I can give you a long ride. So he knowed the way out. And I let him off over at Ashland. I said, I can't take you no further because they didn't make. So I come through Crestline with that semi and stopped, told my wife, I'm going over to take this truck, I'm quitting. I'm not going to be no truck driver. Back in, there were junky trucks and everything else. Now they got all air rides and sleepers and everything. But anyway, I went over and he said, I was getting $70 a week. That's pretty good back then. I said, I quit. He said, oh, you can't. You told me you should give me a 2 weeks. No, I said, I didn't tell you that. So I come over to Crestline, went over to Shelby and got a job at the air depot over there, driving a forklift. Well, I knew the mayor here, so I'd been working for like 2 days a week, nights. And next day I went over there and the mayor here knew me, and like I told you, I worked like 2 or 3 days a week. So I'd been up for about 3 or 4 months, and one night I was in the cruiser, and the mayor called me in, said they're going to hire a full-time man. I said, I ain't serving no probationary period. Oh, you got to. No, I don't got to, because I don't want the job. If I have to serve. Oh, he said, you got to. No, I said, no, I can't afford it. Because the probationary period, you had to work 3 months. I got in the cruiser and it wasn't 20 minutes. They was having council meeting that night. Called me back in. He said, the council agreed to waive your probationary period. And I didn't serve no probationary period. So I took the job. I stayed there 21 years. That's enough. I hated it. I didn't like the domestics.
Mm-hmm.
You get in a fight with the old man, put him in jail, then the next day his wife's mad at you. Now I know there's some bad policemen. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good too. But I never did mistreat nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a police officer, I've got a good name in this town. You can ask anybody. You know what they used to do when they get somebody in the house with a shotgun and say you're going to kill the first policeman come in? You know who they'd call?
I'm certain it was you.
It was. Yeah. Well, I went to where I would go to church. This lady come up to me. I've known her since she's years ago. She was an RN, a registered nurse.
Uh-huh.
This has only been about maybe a year and a half ago or so. She come up to me and says, "You scared me to death." That's what I ever do to you. Well, what happened? This guy lived down on West Bucyrus Street. I knew him. And they called me. I was over in Galleon to come over and see if I could do anything with him too. So I comes over and I stopped the police department, grabbed my gun, blackjack. I went flying down there. There's a lot of people gathered around out in the yard. And they'd heard all this, and there's two policemen there. He said, "What you gonna do?" I said, "I'm going in." So I've been in closer places than that, you know. I kicked the door and went on in. He handed me the shotgun. So I put my gun back in the holster. Walked outside with him and I said, "Now here's the shotgun. Can you guys lock him up?" I wasn't no tough guy, but I didn't care because that was my job.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I went in on, I know at least maybe 10 or 15 guys with shotguns said this going. Now, one gets in there to get 50 policemen and they're begging and fine. 99 times out of 100, you kick the door and go on in. You give up.
So what do you want people today to remember about World War II? Today and in the future. What do you want them to
I want them to think they never want to get involved in it. I hope they never have to go through what, guys had to go through then. Wasn't good.
How do you make it in life? How do you make it in life? You're 94 years old. How do you get that? How do you get to that point?
I don't know. It's hard sometimes. A lot of nights I went to bed and prayed that I'd die. It might be silly talk, but that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. What I got to look forward to? Nothing. Zip, nothing.
We're gonna wrap up. Your story here. Is there anything else anything on your mind that you want to say? Anything from the beginning to the end?
No. I was really happy to get to all this.
I'm glad it honestly made
Yeah,
my
but
day.
I don't want, you got to buy this. I'll pay you for them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, though.
It honestly, it makes me beyond happy to see you holding that.
I bet them things will shooting our guns up at the club.
You got a 30-06, that'll fire it.
I better be careful about that.
So, absolutely. Well, Jack, here just to wrap things up, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to meet you and for inviting me in your home and to capture your story. And so,
well, I hope it'll help you.
it's one of those stories that might make a difference moving forward for somebody you don't know, or somebody we don't even know exists, might watch this one day. It might make a difference in their life. I just want you to remember that this is more than just an interview. It's something special. It's going to be a time capsule moving forward. And I want to thank you very much for taking the time to do this with me.
You said you don't want to count a block?
Oh, no, sir.